Okay, do you hire your own cold callers in-house? How do you hire them? So it took us about 6 months to get our cold calling systems dialed in, and the most important part was the callers themselves. So if the callers aren't solid, nothing's going to work. So we tried hiring from the Philippines, which didn't work for us because the temperament culturally was not suited for cold calling. When you think about it, it kind of makes sense. It would be weird if like the best nurses in the world and customer service representatives also came from the country that sources the best cold callers. It would be like Samoa producing the best marathon runners and the best NFL players. So it would be a little weird. And so we tried hiring from South Africa and we tried hiring from India. We found that Americans and Europeans and Australians really didn't like the accent. This isn't universally true because we've been able to source really high quality SDRs from South Africa, for example, but for the amount of callers we need, it's not like reliable. We found that the best callers tend to come from the Middle East and to a lesser extent, Latin America. Latin America is usually better when you have callers that need to be bilingual, but in the Middle East, they're more culturally tough and assertive, and they actually enjoy sales and calling in a way that is difficult for a lot of Americans to understand. They also have a light accent, which is vaguely British, which prospects respond really well to. We found out later that most Fortune 500 callers source non-customer service employees from this area. We go through 40 to 60 applications on average to find a caller we like. And then we have an extensive training process for them. We make them listen to dozens of successful calls, train them on the opportunity, and spend a ton of time on status and tonality training. We like to have them listen to old episodes of The Apprentice, the All In podcast, and American Sommelier documentaries with the best tone for outreach being a blend of all three. We also try to match the caller's background and sophistication to the campaign. So we use engineers and pre-med callers for healthcare campaigns, for example. Although it's not a prerequisite for success, the best callers are always going to surprise you. We're also strong believers in the observer effect and in human nature, like what you measure gets managed. So even the best callers will start to slack off if they're not monitored, and everyone performs better knowing their calls are being monitored. So we have dedicated sales managers that listen to every single booked call, email lead, and monitor caller activity in depth, including daily live dialing with the callers, especially for new campaigns. We believe in hiring the right people and then not trusting them. The approach has resulted in extremely affordable lead and customer acquisition costs for B2B offers, usually lower than $100 per meeting and $50 a lead. And it's fun to run a business where we make lead generation affordable and work with some very dedicated and relentless people. So if you need any help with this stuff, please reach out. Otherwise, have a great day, and I will talk to you guys soon.